Welcome back, everybody. Was that beautiful or what? I am speechless, and I tell you what, she's right. There's a peace over this place with that music that we just heard. Dr. Demoine Kinney, I told you he's got a lot going on and that saxophone. Oh, my goodness. Please welcome Dr. Demoine Kinney.
Thank you so much for having me.
How are you?
I'm doing great.
Oh, my goodness. That was, I'm telling you, I had just had to stop and just close my eyes.
Wow. Well, I appreciate it.
Oh, my gosh. It's almost like someone singing. It was like a voice.
Wow. I appreciate that.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm self-taught, so I appreciate that.
Are you?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Well, maybe that's why it sounds somewhat different, but I'm saying it's a deep difference. It's a good difference.
Awesome.
Well, I love it.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you for sharing.
Absolutely.
You are multi-talented. You are multifaceted. I mean, I don't even know where to begin. U.S. Air veteran, Air Force veteran. I mean, I can go. I ran down the list
Right.
when I introduced you. Oh, my goodness. Where do you want to begin?
So I guess I'll start with the fact that God taught me how to play the saxophone when I was 12.
My
And
goodness.
the guy who was supposed to teach me how to play, his name was Larry Johnson. He died the day I got my saxophone. He had a brain aneurysm, and he died during the surgery, is what I was told. And so I sat my saxophone outside, and I told my mom, I said, I don't have anybody to teach me now. And she said, God will teach you if it's meant for you to play. And so moving into my Air Force career, I've been able to do a lot of amazing things while I was in the military. But one of the highlights was when I won the Tuskegee Airman Award. And I received that award because of things like playing the saxophone for a number of retirement ceremonies. And I had deployed a number of times. And each time I deployed, I took my saxophone with me to be that morale booster for my fellow soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, and all of that. So I was blessed to be able to perform for everybody, even when I was going through the same thing they were going through, seeing the same death and destruction that they were seeing. But God gave me the strength and energy to be able to do it. And so.
Wow. And you were self-taught.
Yes, ma'am.
So God did teach you.
He did teach me. Yes, ma'am.
He did.
Yes, ma'am.
And it shows.
Absolutely.
I'm telling you, it shows. This is, I'm just so impressed. But so you have so many businesses.
Yes, ma'am.
That you felt inspired by God to do.
Absolutely.
I mean, he actually told you were going to have all of these businesses. He was going to bless you in that way. And, you know, that's a testimony.
Absolutely. And even with that, when I was 9 years old, I almost drowned in a swimming pool. And I remember that experience just changed my life forever.
Wow.
And after the experience was over, I heard God tell me, he says, I'm going to allow you to have your dream, but it's going to take for me to show you how to build the infrastructure to support that dream. Because, of course, most musicians, comedians, actors, you know, you don't make a lot of money in the beginning, right? And so God allowed me to start businesses in the areas of my interests, where my dreams already were. And so I'm in the funeral business. I've been in the funeral business most of my life by way of my family funeral home back in South Carolina. And then, of course, with entertainment, I've been doing entertainment since I was 6.
Wow.
I played the organ at my church, played the saxophone at my home church, played the drums, bass guitar, the whole nine. And I just learned just by listening to the other guys.
I was going to say, are you self-taught with that too?
Listening to the other guys playing music. And I've always had an ear for music. And also with all the companies, God showed me through a mentor of mine that it was for us to be an answer for other people's problems. And that mentor, he's passed on. His name is Dr. Miles Monroe.
Oh,
and he said we should always be willing to be an answer to somebody else's problem. And that's all we do with all the companies that God blessed me to start.
That is so good. So they're all ministries.
Absolutely.
And you know, most people, they go with one business and feel they're blessed, okay? You've got like 10, 20 different
so
things.
actually we have 7 companies, and a couple of them, 3 of them are nonprofits.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you got to tell me, how is your time management?
Time management happens
to be great. You got a book on that too?
I probably should write one on it.
You should write one.
I should write one on it. Absolutely. I just tell everybody, you make time for what's important.
Right.
And for me, God shows me the seasons that I'm in.
Okay.
And so, of course, when you read the book of Ecclesiastes, it talks about times and seasons. And so I always pray and ask God, Lord, what season am I in now? And God always tells me this. He says, I want you to pay attention to what's coming to you just naturally right now. And that's the season you're in. And so I always know when my season for music comes, my season for comedy comes, my season to start another business, the season to do more nonprofit work. I always know because I ask God, and I spend so much time in prayer and meditation, and he always lets me know where I am.
That way you don't overextend yourself.
Absolutely.
You don't burn out.
Absolutely.
When you're doing it as God shows you how to do it.
Absolutely.
So we could have a lot more if we would be able to listen to God more.
Absolutely. We limit ourselves when we start leaning on our own understanding.
Exactly.
And the thing is, we think we understand why we're here without going to God who sent us here. So I always go back to God. I say, God, you sent me here. You know what I'm here to do. And I'm here to do what only I can.
Right.
And I have to make that deposit before I leave here. I'm in the funeral business. I see people pass every single day. I'm also a deputy coroner in Rockdale County. And so with that, right, I'm there doing pronouncements. I'm there comforting families, and I see people at their worst. And so I just believe that I was sent here to serve in so many different ways. And you don't have to just have one gift.
Right.
God gives you multiple gifts. And the thing is, we have to use them all. Because we talk about the story of the talents, right?
Right.
And so many people, they want to hide their gift. And the reason why they hide their gift is because they're afraid of who they really are. Right? A lot of people say, I'm afraid of failure. No, you're not. You're afraid of success. You're afraid that if you do succeed, how people might see you. And the thing is, we can't worry about how people see us. We have to just do what we do and not worry about the rest of it.
Yes.
That's it.
And so you started this relationship with the Lord when you were a very young child.
Yes, ma'am.
And how did that develop over? I mean, did it just come naturally to you in spiritual things? Because there's a sanctification that we got to work through all of our issues and stuff like that. But did he just was it? Sounds like it was easy for you.
So it wasn't easy. I'm going to tell you right now, it wasn't easy. Because there were a lot of days I wanted to be selfish and, make it about me. But when I was 9 years old and almost drowned in that pool, I'll just never forget the experience.
That changed your life.
Changed my life. And I mean, because I went from fighting and trying to call for help to just giving up. And I remember going to the bottom of the pool, and I saw a man get into the water. And as I was fading out, I saw the man come and grab me. And he didn't lift me up out of the water. He walked me through the water. And I remember almost like my spiritual eyes opening, and I was able to see his feet touch every step to get us out of the pool. And God says, I'm not here to deliver you out of the water. I'm here to see you through the water. And I was 9. I never forgot that. And so as I began to get older, the struggles that came in my life was, I kind of wanted to do what everybody else was doing, but every time I tried to do what everybody else did, it just didn't fit. And so I remember hearing when I was 11 years old, and God says, you're very peculiar, and that's okay. And I had to learn to embrace that at 11 years old, and that was hard. It wasn't easy, because again, you want to do some of the things that other kids are doing and everything like that, but God would not. And my mom told me I was too honest as a kid. I couldn't lie. Like I would get in trouble and I just couldn't lie. She said, did you do that? Yes, ma'am, I did it. And the reason why I did it, And so that was me as a kid.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful, though. And God is still, and you have stayed with the Lord all your life. And look at how he has blessed you. We talked about, you've got testimony after testimony after testimony of what he has done. And you've got books.
Absolutely.
You've got books that you've written.
Yes,
and you've got a lot of them. Now, we're just going to talk about 2 of them.
Okay.
So, you talked about your being the cryptocurrency leader for Forbes.
Yes, ma'am.
Big deal. That's a big deal.
Huge deal. Yes, ma'am.
And is this, people don't know about this. They don't know about, and here you have a book about it. Tell us about this.
So it started in 2013. I'm glad you asked the question.
Yes.
I was praying because I thought I missed out on the Bitcoin wave. And I said, God, show me what's next.
Right.
I want you to really show me. And I had a dream that night. God showed me these letters, and I didn't know what the letters meant. And so I said something to my wife. I said, what do you think this means? She said, I don't know. She said, just write it down. So I wrote it down already, of course, and I prayed. I said, God, what is this? And God says, do the research. So I started looking it up online, and I discovered what was actually next. And right now on national television, they're talking about it. And so in 2014, I began to invest in cryptocurrency. And then, of course, I did some more learning. I read a lot of white papers to find out what it was all about, who was behind it, what it actually really meant for the world. And so as time went on, I began to write books. My wife encouraged me to write the books. I didn't want to write the books. So I said, why do you think people will listen to me? And she said, why wouldn't they?
Right.
And so when I started writing the books, I started putting the books out, and it seemed like it just was not catching at all. Wasn't catching on. And I was like, God, why would you have me write this and nobody's going to read it? And God says, they'll come.
Right.
He said, just trust me. Just continue to write.
It wasn't the time.
So I kept writing. And my wife told me one day, she said, babe, they're just before their time. I'm telling you.
Right.
And here it was, 2021 came, 2022, and people started almost seeking me out. And so we were booked to go to the Essence Festival, and so we went there, and I was able to share just a little bit, not much. And then we started doing some global business executive coaching for a few organizations, and they said, hey, well, let's talk about this crypto thing. And before I knew it, Forbes was calling, saying, hey, we want you to be a part of the coaching council. And so I'm like, okay. And it went from there.
Because there's not a lot of people you can call on for that.
Right.
So that's that's just amazing. Yes. And what about, a person like me who knows nothing about this? Is this easy to understand?
It's so easy to understand that all of my children are in the cryptocurrency space. And so they try to share it with their friends and all that stuff at school too, so that they can understand it. But absolutely, it's God has given me this gift too, to be able to say things and write things in a way where people can understand it, even children. And even pastoring a church, all the kids will want to stay in for the service, and they don't want to leave because it's, I understand everything he's saying. But that's just the gift that God gave me.
That is just incredible. And it looks like it's easy. I mean, I'm not sure, though.
It's easy, I promise.
I'm going to believe you. This is the ultimate beginner's guide to cryptocurrency and the new world of finance.
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. And then you've got the doorway to your success.
Yes.
So
that's one of my favorite books.
5 keys to unlocking your door.
Yes, ma'am. That's one of my favorite books.
Is it?
Because it's a book all about leadership, and it's self-leadership. A lot of times we are so busy wanting to lead other people, but we've never taken the time to even, quote unquote, lead ourselves because we're so busy following.
Ooh, that's so good.
And so the thing is, we follow a lot of our bad advice that we give ourselves, right? Because we have a lot of negative thinking internally.
That's the truth.
And so I always tell people, you got to watch that negative self-talk.
Yes.
And learn to affirm yourself every day. And so that book actually helps with that. And so, it talks about the 5 keys because, of course, it can't be just one key, right? And so we have to show that there are many doors that we go through in our lives because we have different seasons and times, right? And so with that being said, I always tell everybody, start with that book because that book, I go back and read it myself and it blesses me every time.
Really?
It's as if I didn't even write it.
This is so good, and it looks, it's
easy read.
Easy read.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know who you are? Be honest about what you want. Stop the negative self-talk. Plan for your future success. Take massive action steps.
Absolutely.
And reading this book is probably the first action step that a person could take. What is an action step that somebody could take right now?
Number one, stop trying to do everything in one day.
Okay.
Just take one small step. It's so hard for people to take the first step. Think about it. It's the beginning of the year. Right. People say, I need to go work out. I need to go to the gym. Right. But they won't go get a membership. They'll stay at home and they'll say, oh, well, I need to do, I should do, I wish I would have done. But and it's like, well, do it. Just do it. All it takes is a second to make a decision to change your life. That's all it takes. Mm-hmm. And so I tell people that's the first step. Make the decision and then do it.
So it's kind of like keep moving.
Absolutely.
Right? You got to keep moving and don't stay stagnant.
Let me say this. A lot of people are great planners, but they're not great executors.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I knew you were going to say that.
So we had these, I know back in the day we used to have all these planners, right? And everybody would write in the planner. And it's like, but are you going to execute on that plan?
Right. Are you going to do it?
Absolutely.
Are you going to do it?
Absolutely.
That is so good because 9 times out of 10, sometimes it does not happen.
There you go.
Right? And how do you know? It says be honest about what you want. Mm-hmm. Why would somebody not be honest about what they want?
Because a lot of us are living out somebody else's nightmare. Think about it.
Oh, wow.
You have family who try to tell you what you should be in life. I didn't raise my kids like that. I told my children, I said, God sent you here with a specific mission. You have a specific purpose, and there are specific things you are sent here to do that only you can do. Right. You have a very unique fingerprint and a very unique palm print that nobody else has. Therefore, when you put your finger on something, when you put your hand on something, people should know that you touched it.
Amen.
Because guess what? When you walk into a room, you should shift the atmosphere, and you do, whether it's in a positive or negative way. When you were born into your family, you actually shifted the dynamics in that family, whether you realize it or not, but you did. And so we have to realize the power that we have within ourselves. Just our identity is powerful.
Yes, identity in Christ. We were talking about
Absolutely.
that. You have got to realize it, believe it, walk in it.
Absolutely.
And that's even walking in it is an action word.
It's an action word. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh, this has been so good. Now tell me, how can people communicate with you? Do you come speak?
I do.
You do everything.
I do.
You do
So
everything.
I do a lot of speaking engagements throughout the year. My last speaking engagements, I was in Rahway, New Jersey. Had an amazing experience. But they can reach me on all social media platforms. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. You can get my email address, which is just demoinekinney@gmail.com.
Okay.
And like I said, they can reach me on all platforms. I'm out there.
It's Demoine, Kinney, Kinney.
Absolutely.
And I'm still amazed at everything that you're doing. I mean, talk about a man of God that is doing a powerful work for him from the beginning, little child on.
Yes, ma'am.
What a testimony, what a beautiful life, what a man of God. U.S. Air Force veteran, deputy coroner for the state of Georgia, Forbes cryptocurrency leader, author, entrepreneur, actor.
Yes, ma'am.
Executive coach, we didn't even talk about the actor thing. Devoted community leader and senior pastor.
Yes.
And senior pastor.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm amazed. I'm amazed. You know what? And this is Black History Month. You are an excellent person to be on this show for Black History Month.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. I
yes,
really do.
Thank you so much. And listen, come back and see us again.
I sure will.
God bless you and your ministry.
Well.
We're so appreciative of all that you've given us today.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right,
Thank
you be safe. Okay.
You too.
Take care.
You too.
Okay, was that not wonderful? Oh my goodness, this show has been absolutely fantastic, as I told you it would be. And I just want to take a few minutes just to thank our guests. Camille Deneen and her beautiful testimony. Oh my goodness, it was incredible. The testimony that she gave us, that you can do anything in Christ Jesus. He can bring you up out of the pit, she said, up out of the pit and into a glorious life in him. She is a witness and a testimony to that. Thank you, Camille. And then Dr. Demoine Kinney, with all of his accolades and his beautiful, beautiful worship music. I pray that you just enjoyed that so much, because I did. And his testimony that you can do anything, and you can do a multitude of things in Christ Jesus, because he will help us. He will guide us.